Hello, my name is Ella and my laptop finally works again. I made the first half of this video ages ago talking about advice for exchange students before exchange with a weird ending because it was way too long. I'm gonna try and cut this as short as I can. I like to talk. But anyways, here we go, part 2, during the exchange. So in my first video I talked about bringing things that make you feel at home in your room, like posters and photographs and everything. So step 2 is using them and making sure that your room is yours. You are living in that room for who knows how long, but it doesn't really matter because even if you're only staying there for a month, it shouldn't feel like a hotel room. It's your room. A lot of exchange students are only on exchange for 3 months, and if you end up feeling like a guest or like that it's not really your home for so long, it just doesn't feel right. It feels so much better when your room is yours. As you can see, I followed my own advice. Christmas edition at the moment, and I'm never taking those fairy lights off, ever. Okay, so one of the main things about being an exchange student is learning about other people's culture and being in that new place where you are. So the most vital thing is to not be shy, and this is so difficult in so many situations unless you're like #1 extrovert of the planet, and people have told me that I'm an extrovert, but still I get so shy in certain situations. But the most important thing to remember is that you shouldn't be, because in a lot of situations people are just shy of you because you're the strange one, you're the new one, you're foreign, you maybe not speak their language yet, and then they are too shy to talk to you. So if you don't make that step, you'll end up alone, you won't have any friends, and that's just terrible. You need to go out and get to know these people, and mostly, well, unless they're really mean or they're having a bad day, they will be nice to you, because mostly, like, if you're at school and you go talk to people, they know who you are, they know you're an exchange student, they know that you're alone, that you are maybe a little lost, I don't know, they will help you. Trust me, and they will be nice. At least they should be. When you are on exchange, it's very normal to keep in touch with the people that are still at home, the place that you left. It's really difficult to limit this, or at least like control it so that it doesn't get out of hand. And getting out of hand means that you are constantly mailing and messaging and Skyping with people who are not in your current situation, and thus you are not really living in your own current situation. This is, to me, like one of the worst things possible. Okay, you left your parents, your sister, brothers, best friends back in that country you came from, and they want to know what you're doing, and they want to know how you are, and you want to tell them what you're doing and how you are, but it's just a huge mistake to make a phone call every day, or a Skype call, or even mailing or texting, like, limit it. And if you do that, it becomes so much more special, because if I Skype now with my parents, and that's like roughly once a month, I'd say, it's so special because you actually have things to say, and both of you have maybe got a new haircut, or you've changed a little, and you've got a lot to talk about. And me and my parents, for example, we also mail once in a while, but it's like very limited, because I, for example, also have a blog. I'm gonna talk about that later. So they read that blog, and a lot of my friends read my blog, and that's how they know what's going on. So if we do talk, like messaging, whatever, it's like on a personal level, like how are you, and then I can ask them as well, like how are you, and then they can just ask personal things and not like what have you been doing, because if you start explaining that to every individual that you know, you're gonna die. Now about that blog, this is just to me one of the most important things. I think I said that about something else earlier, but document, make notes, write things down, take pictures, film things, anything. If you have like little objects or something, like keep them. I am a scrapbooker, so I love keeping notes or whatever to paste in there, because there are so many things that you forget instantly. I am also a diary writer, so I keep a lot of personal feelings and thoughts in there. Then I also write a blog about daily activities, but I keep that like interesting and just casual for the people that are reading this, which are mostly my family and friends from back home. And I also post a lot of photos on there, and it's just wonderful to have that, because it's really a memory and it stays there. It can't be erased, such as things on your computer can if you don't back up enough, which is another good tip. Back up enough during your year if you're taking pictures and whatnot. Don't eat too much. Okay, so don't eat too much, but one thing you have to know about this food, when you're going to a new place, there's gonna be different food. This is just guaranteed, always. And I think that one of the rudest things possible is to not at least try something new that someone has prepared for you and wants you to taste at least, and it's something that they enjoy eating and they've made it for you. The least you can do is taste it. Really, honestly, it's so much politer. Please do not smell this food, like, what the fuck is this? Or don't start like pulling faces like you maybe were used to doing back at home with your real parents. Like, don't do that. Do not be that picky eater. If you are a picky eater and you really don't like this food, like, you can genuinely not like a food if your like whole body just rejects it, then you have to say that, of course, but after tasting it, unless you're allergic. But taste it, then if you don't like it, say it kindly, because otherwise, of course, they will keep making it for you if you pretend that you love it. That's like a huge mistake to make. But be nice about it, be polite, be thankful, embrace the culture, and be nice. One of the best ways to get your experiences in is saying no as little as possible. If you're staying in a host family and your host parents ask you to go somewhere, just say yes. Like, if your friends invite you to another place, just say yes and go along. So many things that you didn't thought would happen, happened. Like, even if you are doing something on your computer and you want to finish something or anything, just do it. Unless you're like really sick and it would make things worse, or you're so tired you could fall over, then please go to sleep or something. But I think just be yes man. I can speak from experience that it has done a lot of good things. I've been to I've had some great times by just saying yes, and I've also said no quite some time, and afterwards I did think like, I could have just gone to like, but yeah, I'm here. I should follow my own advice, but I do. Okay, moving on. When you are in these new situations, it's really common that you just don't know what is going on. And one of the biggest things that I experience here is that I don't know what is going on at all, but the people around me don't realize that I'm confused unless I say so. To them, it's so normal what is happening that they forget that you are new to these things and that you just completely have no clue what you should do and what is just happening. So ask them. Just ask for an explanation and they will give it to you. For me, for example, in my school, I am a lot in the dark about exam situations or things that the school is doing that is not like a usual school day, because these students, they just know these things because they have the internet platforms and the school announcement system that I can't understand yet, and for them it's just so normal that they forget to tell me, but that's so normal that they just don't realize anymore that I'm like still so in the dark. But just ask them and they will tell you. And then lastly, I think one of the most important things on an exchange, again, most important thing, but I think that this is like prime number one, be yourself. It is just a no-go to start acting like you're someone else. I think actually, yeah, if you look at it this way, you're going to this new place, it's like a fresh start. It's like you get to build this whole new world and people don't know anything about you. You can say anything you like, but I think that that is the best opportunity to just be your absolute self, because if you had trouble with that in your old place where you come from, and you are then in that new surrounding, just take that opportunity. Do not say things that you don't mean. If people ask for your opinion, just be honest about it, and then you will find the right people to hang out with, and you will surround yourself with the right people, and then you will just be infinitely happy. There, that was my advice, from an exchange student to another or to someone else, because that last thing about the, like, being yourself, that you can do that when you're not on exchange, or like the saying yes to things, you can do that whenever. Be an exchange student in your own town, whatever, I don't care. Just be cool, be awesome, be you, be great, be, yeah, okay. I'm gonna stop now. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more.